Hey there, I'm going to be giving a quick demo of Betsy. It's an all-in-one tool to manage ERC 437 infrastructure for local development and testing. So right now I'm on our GitHub page. Betsy is an open source project with an MIT license. So I'm just going to walk through the installment process and just get Betsy running locally. One of the requirements of Betsy is that it needs to have Docker running locally. So Docker is up and running. So let's get started. So first I'm just going to clone the repo locally. So Betsy is now cloned, and we can just change into that directory. And now we're just going to change to the release branch so we can get the latest version of Betsy. We're going to go into the changes. And then we're just going to run make Betsy to build Betsy locally. So Betsy is going to build and it's going to create a local binary file that we can just use. So now I'm going to run Betsy so we can get the latest version here. So we can see that if we run with a -v flag, it gives us the version of Betsy, and then to just run Betsy by itself. And we're going to show you that there's no images running. And when we run Betsy, it's going to go and start up some images locally so you can have an environment for ERC 437. So we're just going to let Betsy run here. So we see it's going to do a little bit of transactions here. These transactions are just funding some development accounts. We're using just a test seed phrase here. We fund the first 10 accounts with some ETH. And then after that, Betsy's going to go and deploy a couple of contracts needed for local development. With ERC-437, it's going to deploy the entry point contract and just a simple factory contract, and is also going to deploy a global counter contract just for testing purposes. And then finally, it's also going to start a development server. This is we're just hosting a server as the dashboard. So first I'm going to show you the images that were deployed. So we went and we grabbed a Geth image and started that up locally. We also grabbed a ERC-437 bundler. We're using the Transceptor bundler, and we started that up locally as well. And we can see that they're both running on these ports. And then if we go and we check the dashboard, we can see what that shows us. You see this going to show those dev accounts that were funded in each of the accounts. So if you want to quickly just grab the private keys or the address or just check the balances of the accounts, you can just come to this page. We have a mempool explorer here. So when user ops get sent to the bundler, we'll be able to see any of those user ops here in real time. Right now, there aren't any user ops being sent. The last thing we have here is just a bundles page. So after a bundler sends off its transaction, we'll be able to see the actual bundle here, which is the coming soon feature. We don't have that yet. And then to stop Betsy, all we have to do is just stop here, and then Betsy will go and tear down all of the images that were started. And that is Betsy.